Hello everybody, I'm Chris and welcome back to another album review. Today I'm taking a look at Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' eponymous debut album from 1976. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers comprised of Tom Petty, guitarist and sometimes songwriter Mike Campell, drummer Stan Lynch, keyboardist Benmont Tench, and bassist Ron Blair. There isn't too much backstory for me to tell before getting into the song-by-song breakdown, so without further ado, let's hop right into it. Kicking off the album is Rockin' Around With You. This is a good rocker to kick off. I really like the hopping bass line on this one. It's very energetic and gives the song a kind of Old West train vibe. I don't really know if that's what they're going for, but that's just how I interpret it. I also really like the yells of "hey" on the chorus. That's a very catchy element that helps the song stand out compared to others on the album. Overall, Rockin' With You is a very energetic song and one that is perfectly cast in its role as album opener. 7.5 out of 10. Following strong is Breakdown. This song has a sort of sly, knowing vibe to it. I don't really know how to describe it otherwise. The guitar is great on this track. The backing groove is mesmerizing and creates an almost hypnotic tone. The backing vocals are also really good here and further add to the hypnotic quality of the song. Breakdown is, by track listing order, the first of Tom Petty's core songs. By core, I mean songs that are still considered major parts of the artist's catalog and get frequent airplay. Indeed, Breakdown is one of Petty's most played songs on my local radio stations, and for good reason. It's a great song. 8.5 out of 10. The next track is Hometown Blues. This is a short, honky-tonk sounding song. This is where the album starts to slow down a little. Hometown Blues is just okay, nothing special. The best thing I can say about this song is that it knows exactly what kind of song it is and keeps it short accordingly. It would have its welcome if it went on much longer, but thankfully it doesn't. As such, the album's momentum doesn't crash, just slows down a little. I give Hometown Blues a 6 out of 10. Following that up is The Wild One, Forever. Much like the rest of the album, this track has a good guitar. Both locally and sonically, it's a good ballad. I think Petty's vocal here is one of the best on the album too. He sells the wistful, love-struck tone of the song very well. My only complaint is that the song is a little short and could have used a bigger payoff at the end. Despite this, it's still a great track. 8 out of 10. Anything That's Rock and Roll is another up-tempo rocker with a fun riff backing it up. It's a good time while it lasts, but it doesn't really do anything for me beyond that. The biggest problem I have with this song is that it doesn't have much personality. It doesn't really feel like a song that only Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers could have done. I think that almost any half-decent rock band from the 70s could have made this song. 6.5 out of 10. Now, before I continue, I want to take a moment to ask you to please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment if you can. Your support is greatly appreciated. After that is Strangled in the Night. This song has a good rock sound, but I'm not a fan of the way Tom Petty does his vocals on the song. He sounds like he's doing an imitation of Stuck in the Middle with You, or possibly Bob Dylan. It's not awful, but he does sound strange. I do like the backing vocals on the song, however. I think they work better than the main vocals. I also think that this song lacks a very memorable chorus. The abruptly ending guitar solo becomes part of the backing is not my favorite either. 6 out of 10. Next is Fooled Again. I don't like it. This is another lackluster track. Much like the rest of the album, it has a good guitar sound and a pretty good groove. That said, its chorus and verses are pretty standard for a song of this period. I do really like the backing, however, and I also like Petty's shouting towards the ending fade-out. I honestly wish the song had gone on a bit longer and had more of a freak-out at the end, kind of like Prince's Little Red Corvette. If it had done that, I definitely like Fooled Again. I don't like it a lot better. 6 out of 10. Mystery Man is a slower country-infused ballad. The lyrics are pretty bland, and the song is too slow for my taste. Even the guitar solo is boring. The backing guitar chords are catchy enough, at least. I don't really have much to say about this song otherwise. It's pretty dull. 4.5 out of 10. Next is Luna. I really dig the trinkling sound on this one. The bells are a nice touch. The instrumental breaks are great. The lyrics here, kind of a magical love song, are also stronger than the last several tracks. I think this is one of the stand-up tracks of the album. It is also a rather distinct song among Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' discography. Both lyrically and sonically, this isn't really the sound they are known for. It's a hidden gem of an album track. 8 out of 10. Ending off the album is American Girl. If you're watching Tom Petty videos on YouTube, you probably are already well familiar with this song. It's another one of the Heartbreakers' biggest songs, and for good reason too. I think the strongest part of the song is probably the response vocals that go, "Make it last all night." That's the catchiest part of the song, to me at least anyways. The ending guitar solo is also a great moment, and one that ends the album off with a bang. This is probably the strongest song of the album, something else which makes it a good track to close off on. 8.5 out of 10. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers is a solid but not super impressive debut album. Breakdown and American Girl are radio staples, and Wild One Forever and Luna are hidden gems on the album. However, songs like Stranger Than the Night and Anything Rock and Roll don't really do it any favors. That said, even the weak songs aren't particularly bad, just unimpressive. This album has several great tracks, but they are spaced out with quite a bit of filler. At least the good and bland songs are spaced out pretty evenly. This album is neither front nor back-loaded. That helps it feel breezy despite there being double tracks. The short length of the weaker songs also contributes to the album's good pacing. Considering both the strengths and weaknesses of this album, I've chosen to give it a 7 out of 10. It is a remarkably solid debut, but Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers have done better since. And, as usual, I like to look at the album's packaging at the end. There's not too much to say about this time. You've got a very nice picture of Tom Petty and a very nice logo for the Heartbreakers on the front. And on the back, you have very nice kind of different pictures of different members of the band. And several of them are looking very, very 70s. So, yeah, you can definitely tell when this album came out. Still, pretty nice package, despite no printed line or anything. Definitely very iconic front cover. This is kind of like the Tom Petty picture in a lot of ways. So, yeah. Alright, that's about it for today. If you liked this video, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, comment. Everything helps me out a lot. I want to thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate your support. I hope to see you next one. Have a great rest of your day.